Hello, Mark here, and today we're going to be looking at the Tyrrells hand-cooked English crisps, sea salt and cider vinegar flavour crisps. There we are. I think the Co-op's doing a special on these. These are £1 at the minute. £1 for a big bag of 150 grams, so that's not too bad of value, providing of course they taste good. But yeah, sea salt and cider vinegar. They are going in for other things other than regular nowadays. Well, when I was a lad, it was just salt and vinegar. That was all it was. You know, we never had cider vinegar or. I've also, if you're interested in a crisp review, I did a salt and Chardonnay vinegar, which is very good crisps. That was from the Co-op. Type in Chardonnay crisps. You'll see a result on that. Man, I like those a lot. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they don't smell too bad. They smell quite good. There we go. Usual shade. In fact, these are. I think these have been chipped with the skin on them because they have a. They live around the edges. You see that red colouring. I think that's where the crisps have been. They've still got the skin on them, and I think it said on here, I read on here before what type of crisps, and I can't find it now. The burly kick of cider vinegar and a subtle yet satisfying sting of sea salt adorn these terrific crisps made with Herefordshire potatoes. Yeah. Anyway, okay, but yeah, I think they've been done with the skins still on them, so. Well, wow, the immediate thought of them is they are thicker than regular crisps. They definitely have more of a crunch. They're not much thicker. They look the same. Or if they are, I mean, they actually pretty much look the same. It could be that they're cooked in a way that makes them firmer. You know, regular Walker's crisps, you bite into them, they're just crisp. These are actually very crunchy. They're actually harder and more firmer. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely firmer. Really, really good crunch. And I'm getting the salt. There's quite a bit of salt on there, and the vinegar's pretty good too. Yeah. The vinegar's there. I'm getting a secondary taste now. The vinegar's there. The vinegar's not overpowering. It's not a really strong. It's kind of a. I was going to say it's not a strong flavour. It is a strong flavour, but it's just not. It's not too much. You know, the salt is right there, right amount. There's quite a bit of salt on here. These are very salty crisps. But again, they're not too salty. They're not like, you know, really, what they call them. I've had them as Pringles, where they've gone through the machine and they've just been like really thick cake of salt on them. They're not like that. You know, there's quite a bit of salt, but it's tolerable. You know, it gives it a good flavour. There's not too much. A very good crunch. I don't know what they've done, but I don't know whether they double fry them or what the crust they do, but they really are crunchy. And I do like the effect of being that they've been cut up with the skins on them. It's a nice little touch. You know, you can see it around the edges. Yeah, other crisps I haven't seen that done before. Yeah, it just visually it makes it look. There's a red line around it, a reddish line. Visually, it makes it look different. It's a nice little touch. Yeah, I don't know what other flavours they do, and I don't know why these are going for £1. They're, I'm sure they're more than this. You know, actually, funny enough, at £1, these are cheaper than the actual I got these from the Co-op. they're a pound. They're cheaper than the Co-op's own brand crisps by about 60p. You know, Tyrrells hand cooked English crisps. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm sure I know what they're doing. Hand cooked, I don't know. But yeah, it's very good. These are, I mean, at the price a pound, they're better value than the regular crisps. You get a small bag of Walkers for 65p. And for an extra 35p, you get so much more. You get 150 grams. Yeah, very nice. Very crunchy. A good vinegar flavour. Yeah, I'm getting that. And the salt. Yeah. Quite salty. I'm very impressed with the crunchiness. I'm intrigued to know how they do that. I know, but because the crisps don't look very much thicker. They look the same, but they are double crunchy. Anyway, that's that. I forgot to do a couple of shout outs in the previous videos. Alright, so let me just get these out before I forget. Shout out to Sack of Truth. Whoever that was, Sack of Truth, is saying brine from tuna to make gravy. Yeah, they sent me a message suggesting that you take the brine from a can of tuna when you squeeze all the brine and juice out, to use that water and put it with chicken gravy, I think they said. Interesting. I've not tried it. I'm not big on gravy, but when I do go for gravy, I like, if I go to a carvery, I like the onion gravy, or gravy that's made with the juices of the meat, you know, and instead of just regular water, you know, you really, you know, or the water from the cooking of the vegetables. You get, you know, you cook the carrots and the peas and the cabbage and all that stuff in the water. Use that water for the gravy. I find that really good. But interesting idea, using brine from the tuna to make gravy. Interesting. But for me, I prefer the vegetable water. Anyway, and also a shout out to Angus. He says, could I do a shout out to Dulce Vita? I don't know whether that's a band. He doesn't go into detail, but shout out to Angus and also to Dulce Vita. Yeah, and he asked me about my music tastes and would I be doing any reviews in music. I don't really know if I can do reviews on music, Angus. I don't know. I mean, my music taste goes into the 80s and 90s music. That was from when I was sort of a teenager growing up to my late teens. Let me see. ZZ Top, Duran Duran, Flock of Seagulls. You know, I like all those, and when I'm looking on YouTube at old, at music, that's the music I go for, the 80s and 90s. I can't really sort of say, I do like some of the modern day music, but like all old people, the music was better in the old days. You know, it's all crap now. Anybody my age will tell you the same thing. I heard it when I was growing up. The older people were saying, oh yeah, the music when I was young was a whole lot better than today. Now I'm saying it, now that I'm that age. It really does. You know, the music in those days, back in the 80s and 90s, they had messages. They told you a story. They had a message. Now, anyway, I'm getting off the subject here, but I'll say, but back in the 80s and 90s, you had guys that went to school together. They were banging out tunes in the garage, and if they got really lucky, they would get on top of the pops, get on the radio. Now they advertise in newspapers. That's how Take That got going. That's how the Spice Girls got. They advertised in the paper, and they had like 10,000 people all show up, all singing and dancing, hoping to get into a boy or girl band of 6 members. It's crap. Back in the old days, it's better. You got people who wanted to do it, and they worked hard. They did it in the garage, and you work hard and you try to get lucky. Anyway, so that's my music taste. Anyway, I'm digressing from Anyway, so Angus, Dulce Vita, thank you very much. And right, that's all the shout outs for the moment. If you tell your buddies about the channel, have them subscribe, and I'll read their subscribe name, you know, on the list of subscribers, and I'll give them a shout out too. So if they want, tell them if they want their name shouted out on the on YouTube, just sign up. Don't, you know, be careful not to, you know, have your site on secret. You know, make sure I can read it, and then I'll give you a shout. Okay, so anyway, so went on a tangent there. Anyway, so there we are. That's the review on Tyrrells sea salt and vinegar flavoured crisps. At the moment, they're £1. Let's see. It's the 20. I'm looking on the date on the screen there. It's the 21st of the 9th, 2007. So get in there quick before they jack up the price. That's what they do. They you know, they bring down the price to try and drum up sales, and then jack them up again. So get in there quick. Oh, quite good. Thank you for watching, and you know, forward it on Twitter and all that lot, please. Thanks very much. All right, bye bye.